It's the NFL on EA Sports, where representatives from the AFC and NFC will square off. It's the New York Giants and the Kansas City Chiefs on Monday Night Prime Time.
It's been the home of the Chiefs since 1972. GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. And thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. Buckle up, partner. I think this is going to be an aerial show. Both of these teams giving us the hint that the ball's going to be in the air a lot in this one.
Oh, no question. I think both teams were very clear in our weekly meetings that that was going to be the plan. And what we see right now in today's modern football, Mike, is the direct correlation between explosive plays, in this case, two teams that rely on those explosives coming in the passing game, and the direct ability to score points. At the end of the day, this is who can score the most points. And if you want to score points today, it's going to become by throwing the ball deep downfield as often as you can.
The veteran kicker, Graham Gano, puts it on the tee. And off we go here at Arrowhead. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. To the left side in the hands of Rice. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Mahomes now on 3rd and 2.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and they're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
You hear people talk about it all the time, and it's especially true, Mike, for young rookie quarterbacks, is just the speed of the game. They had a lot of success in college. They were probably the best player on their team, but just everything is faster. Everything happens with a little more urgency. The quarterbacks at the young age that can make that transition the quickest, everything else then tends to slow down.
Second down and 8. Back to throw. Now a short one caught by the tight end, Jaxson. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
They'll go to the ground, and here's Tracy on 1st down.
One of the key factors for having success in the run game, Mike, is winning at the point of attack. And what that means is every play, the linemen and all the blockers, they understand where the back is going to start and then where the back could end up. And having a good understanding of that and how it pertains to the defense is how you gain your advantage to have big plays like this.
They'll look to throw. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
The whole idea of that short pass is designed to get the ball into the hands of the receiver in space and let him do the rest after the catch. But the key word there, Mike, is get the ball into the hands of the receiver. He doesn't secure the catch, so there is no run after.
On third down, they'll run with Tracy. And he's going to have enough for the first down. They'll mark him up at the 39-yard line.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. Couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. This throw left side taken in by Johnson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
He'll drop to throw. He's got his man, Wan'Dale Robinson. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand. Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. That's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Drew Tranquill. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 41-yard line.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
The Chiefs offense ready now for their second drive. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. And it's a short pickup to about the 42. That's Bobby Okereke there for the stop. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide-angled throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
That is caught. He gets the hookup with Rice. They pick up 17 through the air. Good for a Chiefs first down.
Back-to-back 3-and-outs, and Not ideal to start the game in that manner, so that's a really important throw right there. Let's see if they can build something from there. Brings up 1st and 10. Continue to let your opening script unfold. You got to go down and find some points here and get your offense settled down. So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own. And at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And that is incomplete.
So often we see when those balls get deflected up into the air, they usually turn into interceptions. I think the offense dodged a bullet here, and they're fortunate there was nobody in the area to come down with that pick.
Here's Madden now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Giants offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They moved the ball well on that opening drive, but nothing came out of it, so still scoreless. Offense back on the field for 1st and 10. Receiver in motion, going right. On the handoff, here comes Tracy. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now they'll set up to throw. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
So after that turnover on the opening drive, the last thing you'd want to do here, Mike, is go back on the field and just go 3 and out. So they pick up a 1st down. They're able to extend this possession. It's going to go a long way towards just settling everybody in that offensive huddle down and letting the rest of this game unfold.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now it's Tracy looking to run. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. So we've played 1 quarter here on a Monday night. 0-0 is the score. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. On the give, it's Tracy. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Now the offensive coordinator's got a decision on his hand, Mike. It was 2nd and 1. He decides to go with a conservative run, gets stopped for no gain. He's in the exact same position now on 3rd down. Does he try to change it up, or does he just turn around and hand it off again?
Going to try to pick up the first down with his own read. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
That's a great job defensively. You could tell they sold out to stop the run here on third down. And even if he hands this ball off, Mike, I don't think that play was going anywhere.
So on fourth down, out is Jamie Gillen to punt for the Giants. Good hang time. The fair catch will be made back at their own 12. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. Play fake. Now it's Mahomes. This one is caught by Hollywood Brown. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
Got a man over the middle. It's Worthy. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They put Kelce in motion. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
On 3rd down, Mahomes. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. He'll get this ahead for about 3. That's Bobby Okereke there for the stop. They face 2nd down and 7. Man in motion is Brown. He'll go left side here and complete this one. His 2nd catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a 1st down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
That's over the middle and caught by Rice.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. To throw is Mahomes. They go right back to Rice. He's got it again. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
Firing right side, brought in by Brown. Second and a yard. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. He'll drop this underneath to Pacheco. And this drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal for his team.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less...
And he'll take it on in. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, KC. Harrison Butker now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Ray going to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Giants offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. A carry here for Tracy. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Jaden Hicks on the tackle. He's got his big target. That's Jaxson. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
On the ground, here's Tracy. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. A gain there of 23 yards. That's good for a Giants first down.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs to kind of help wear down the defense. But I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
That's caught. It's Tyrone Tracy. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. They can still get a first down at the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. Sending a receiver right. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That is caught side of the end zone. Wan'Dale Robinson. Touchdown, Giants.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession, worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Now it's Graham Gano for the PAT. The kick is good, and the Giants will level things out at 7 apiece. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chiefs' offense and Rashee Rice set to take over once more. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
That's complete, left side to Worthy. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Gray is the motion man here. Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
Mahomes now to throw again. This caught right side by Worthy. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They put Kelce in motion. Right back to the air for Mahomes. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
To the air once more, it's Mahomes. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. They put Kelce in motion. On 1st down, it's Mahomes. Looking middle, and he's got Brown. They put Kelce in motion. Mahomes now on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a 1st down. Harrison Butker on now for the field goal. This will be an even 40-yard attempt. Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs get 3 here late in the 1st half to take the lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. but at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. Open man downfield. That's Neighbors. So we've reached halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports halftime report. In the first half, we saw some strong play from Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes. He was on point, throwing a touchdown pass to help his guys take the lead into the break.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. 3 points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Giants offense and their running back set to go once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. This one is caught by Robinson. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll throw out of the gun. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
So the receiver does everything right, except for the most important part. He runs a nice route, creates great separation downfield, but now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll look deep here for Neighbors. And he will go all the way. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, New York.
Think back to the spring, Mike. We all watched the highlights of this guy's pro day, and you always question, why do they make these quarterbacks just rear back and throw it as far as they can? How often are they really going to do that? Well, when they do, like we saw here, it is a thing of beauty. He put that big arm on display with that last pass, and it winds up going for 6.
Gano on to add the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Giants are on top. It's 14-10. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, he'll try to keep it going. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Play action here. Mahomes. To the left side. It's caught by Brown. A gain of 16 yards. And the Chiefs have a 1st down.
Throwing with anticipation, it not only requires the confidence in both your accuracy and the timing, but it also forces the receiver to be on time and where the quarterback expects you to be. And this is one of those examples, man. When those two things are on point, it results in a first down.
That's into the hands of Worthy. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Off the bootleg, it's Mahomes. This one, a deep shot for Rice.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
Third down, 3 to go. He'll get this out wide, and he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on fourth down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
Now Mahomes. That's complete. Who else? It's Kelce. A gain of 11 there as the decision to go for it pays off.
Love the idea of going for it on 4th down. Anytime you're on your opponent's side of the field, Mike, you have to take advantage of that field position. You're too long for a field goal, but you're too close to the end zone to punt it. So going for it on 4th down is definitely the right move. Now you've got to take advantage of it and don't let it go to waste. Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Mahomes looking to throw on second down. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mahomes. He's got his man. He finds Worthy. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a first down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That is caught, and he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
I think the rest of those receivers in the huddle have all come to the realization that they might not be getting a target anytime soon, and frankly, I don't blame them. I mean, they're riding the hot hand, and rightfully so, until this defense proves that they can stop him in the passing game.
A dive, and he's in! Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Kansas City. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
The extra point by Butker is good. And the Chiefs move out to a 3-point edge, 17-14. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Giants offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and will try to sustain it here down the stretch. 1st and 10. They'll run with Tracy. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. And he's going to have the 1st down, mark him at the 45, and move the chains.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They'll stay on the ground. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Throw on the run is complete. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
We've now seen this quarterback show that he can beat you from both inside and now outside of the pocket. The ability to use his legs to flush out and buy time for his receivers. They uncover downfield, leads to a big pickup.
Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop. A run here with Tracy on 2nd down. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Got his man at the 6. And he'll be out of bounds at the 5. Give him 27, and it's 1st and goal.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball, and while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space, because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. Here now, 2nd down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will dive into the end zone. Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, New York. taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Now, Gano for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Giants move out in front by 4. It's 21-17. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. He fields it at the 8. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense. And Patrick Mahomes coming out for their next drive. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. There's that man again. Another catch. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 32 yards.
That's not the type of play that's going to end up on a lot of end-of-the-season highlight reels, Mike. But listen, sometimes those little check-down crossers produce some positive plays. Stay ahead of the chains.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. A handoff to Pacheco. Yards are hard to come by there. They'll work it down to the 37-yard line. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more Monday Night Football after this. On 2nd down, Mahomes. He'll swing one out wide to Pacheco. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Mike, I love studying the NFL and just seeing the amount of ways NFL coordinators are able to get their running backs now involved in the passing game. They're kind of chess pieces. They can move them out in the slot. They can put them out wide, of course, out of the backfield. It's a big part of today's modern NFL.
He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. That gets him to 100 yards exactly after that reception and gets his team a 1st down.
And how about the poise of this quarterback? You find yourself down here late in the 4th quarter, Mike, facing a tough 3rd down. You've got to have it. But you know what? He calls the play, he breaks the huddle, and he's like, you know what, Coach? I got it. That's a big-time throw to now keep this drive alive as they go down looking for that go-ahead touchdown.
17 yards on the gain, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Well, this is the advantage to having a really effective passing game, Mike, as the defense now tries to adjust to stopping you through the air. It's a lot easier to mix it up and run the ball. There's a lot less defenders in there trying to stop you.
Here's Pacheco. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. They'll run with Pacheco. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He's got his big tight end, Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Chiefs. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it. And the Chiefs extend the advantage to a field goal. It's 24-21. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incompletion.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else. Anytime you see a receiver at this level miss a ball that easy, it's just concentration. They just take it for granted. All of a sudden, they're thinking about what their next move is or what they're going to do after the catch. And instead of just focusing on first things first, secure the catch, put the ball away, then become a runner.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
The Giants sending out their punter. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo.
Just a brutal mistake there, Mike. I mean, they have a chance to put a late scoring drive together and increase their lead. But now with that interception, all the momentum shifts to their opponents, and now they got to rely on their defense to hopefully get a stop and get them the ball back.
Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. They'll start with great field position up at their 45. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's going to be caught by Darius Slayton. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
Now a run on 1st down. Down the sideline, inside the 25. What a run. He brings it to the red zone, taken down inside the 20-yard line.
What a good run there. That's going to put him over 100 for today's game, Mike, and it just seems as the game goes on, this guy just seems to get better and better.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw, and they'll get about half of what it's up. 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Throwing now from the gun. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Line of scrimmage remains the 4-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. Now a give on the ground, and he will fight his way to the end zone. Tyrone Tracy, touchdown, New York. That his 2nd touchdown tonight. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Gano on to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the Giants have taken a 4-point advantage. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This will be returned from the 6. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense back onto the field for their next possession. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Got a man over the middle. It's Worthy. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup, off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from him.
Motion man is Rice. Mahomes now on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
And it comes to 4th and 2. Here's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on downs. This offense and their running back heading back on the field. And as we look at the highlights, you see it's been tough to stop them here today. Couple of touchdowns in this ball game. He has, without a doubt, been the driving force in this offense so far. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. First down throw there is incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
They'll run on second down. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
Based on the routes downfield, it looked like the protection was designed to give the quarterback a little bit more time to wait for things to uncover downfield. So give credit up front to the defensive line. Immediate pressure early speeds up the quarterback's clock. He's got no choice than to get rid of it, probably a little bit earlier than he would have preferred. So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Graham Gano now, following the field goal, back to kick this one away. This taken at the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here's Xavier Worthy and his Kansas City teammates getting set for their next possession. Here's first down. They'll drop to throw. That's over the middle and caught by Rice. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's first and 10. Throwing now, Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Pacheco. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
The offense is able to land a big blow there, and I think what happened defensively, Mike, is just everyone was not on the same page. And when you do that at this level, the good offenses, they're going to make you pay for it. They've got to clean up those mistakes, make the offense have to earn everything they get.
Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. Mahomes now to throw again. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. It's second down.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2 minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
He connects with Gray on that one. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. They come to the line needing 6 yards for a first down. Gray is the motion man here. Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. That's taken in by Kareem Hunt. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
So a road win here for the Giants. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, good night from Kansas City.